we have another young Indian with us as part of the Voice of the Young series. Hello, everyone. Right now, we have with us Yashwanth Sai Palaghat. He is not an economist, and that's perhaps a big calling on this channel that we want to broaden out to reach to young people from all kinds of professions across India and in the neighboring countries. Anyhow, let's hand it over to Yashwanth. Let's listen to him.
Yeah.
Over to you, Yashwanth.
Yeah, thanks, Subodh. And hello, Subodh. And first of all, thanks for inviting me. And it's glad to be sharing screen space with you. Well, I'm personally my name is Yashwanth Sai Palaghat, as you said. I'm based out of Hyderabad. I was a software engineer turned digital marketer. I was currently working as a digital marketing manager at Plug. Apart from my professional space, I'm also a content creator with around 30K subscribers on YouTube and also actively making content on Instagram as well. And yeah, other good thing about me that I probably say was I have authored around 10 books so far, mostly on career and technologies. This is a basic thing about me. If I want to talk about where I belong to and all, I belong to a lower middle class family. The place called Sulurpet, which is near to Sriharikota, the space capital of India. So I belong to that place. All my schooling happened there. And I was while I was a kid, I was highly aspirational. My goals were they were more than what I can achieve. I used to be like that in my childhood. Whenever I see people who are doing great, similar to how kids put their ambitions and goal. I used to be like them. If I see people playing cricket well, I tell myself I want to be a cricketer. If I see people doing great in some other space, some other field, tell myself I want to become one. So that is how I am during my childhood. But later, my interest towards mostly public speaking and teaching is it's something that I was very keen during my school as well. Apart from the studies and academics, I was a school topper and even a college topper as well. But apart from the studies, what I feel will add satisfaction to me was the interaction with people. I use it to host sessions even in my school days. I use it to talk with people. Public speaking, it's like public speaking, without having the fear of being judged by people. So that is what my goal is. I use it to later after my schooling is done. We have moved to Nellore, which is a near town. It's also near to the same place,
Did you
which is around
study in school in English or which language?
English medium. Yeah.
English medium. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, but my native tongue was Telugu. Telugu is my mother tongue.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
so continue. You moved from your small town to Nellore, right? Okay.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
then?
which
What?
is close to 200 kilometers to Chennai,
Yeah.
the place. And there, I had my engineering there. It's in a type 3 college. I have this thing cracking IITs and NITs. So that's used to be my goal. But unfortunately, I didn't make it and I end up in a type 3 college. I believe that is where my real career started. Once I joined engineering, I joined a computer science and engineering branch in a type 3 college. Mostly people in my area, and most of the type 3 colleges in India, we won't see serious people in type 3 colleges. Serious in the sense, not like they don't have any goals and ambitions, but they take it for granted, most of the things. Even if they are not receiving quality education, they are still fine with it. Even if they are not upskilling every day, they're still fine with it. But as I said, I was someone who loves interaction, who loves knowing about others. That is what my attitude used to be in my childhood. So what made me progress through my career was I found it as an opportunity because people around me were just taking things for granted. And I feel like it's an opportunity for me to express myself, to create a brand for myself. Then that is where I started because to be frank, engineering is India is not really what more not core branches, at least computer science, I can say, because most of the things we can learn online, or we can learn out of the college because the syllabus was 10 or 20 years old, which is not at all sufficient,
Right.
especially during this fast-paced tech world, I can say. So I use it to learn by my own. The first thing I asked my parents when I joined engineering was give me a laptop and an internet connection. So that is what I requested, and they provided me. Even though we are not, I mean, comfortable with, I mean, expecting them, but still they helped me to get that. And that is where my real progress started. Like I use it to learn things on my own. I use it to be hyperactive. Like whenever I learn something, I use it to make a video, or I use it to find a chance to teach that to my classmates or my juniors in my college. So that is where my progress started. And apart from doing so, like I love visiting other colleges or other universities beside my college. I mean, to participate in competitions and winning prizes there. Like, I mean, it became a habit for me in my college days. So that is where I started to learn networking is something which is not a skill, it's something which is a mandate these days. So if you're not networking with, I mean, people around you, if you're limiting yourself, I mean, in your zone, then the growth will stop. So that is what I came to learn. I have interacted with multiple minds in the country. It might be working people, students, etc. So that gave me some exposure. I mean, in my college or parts around my college, like people started recognizing me that okay, he is some guy who is very active and who is smart and all. So I mean, that is something that made me looking for better ways than that as well. Later, I mean, during the end of my college, like I cracked many companies in the campus placements itself and during off campus times. I started my career as a software engineer because yes, I was a guy who loves coding during my college time. I used it to do a lot. I started my career in the same space as well. So the coding, that is what I was passionate about, learning technologies and
Yashwanth,
doing
just a
code.
second. Let me ask you,
Yeah,
was there
yeah.
any professor or mentor who guided you and helped you, or you were doing it on your own?
Mostly I can say there were many people who contributed to that, but I can say most of the things came out of my own interest. Because yeah, I mean, it all started since my childhood, like to learn new things, to experiment with others out of academics. So that made me excel in that. Like once I started realizing that if I mean, if I stay unique in terms of our environment or our people, like if all others are not questioning, they're okay with I mean, limiting themselves to whatever college is teaching, then if we I mean, make that difference, if we started learning by ourselves, and if we show them the change that yeah, you can also become something like that, then ultimately people will start accepting us. I mean, I still remember, like in my first year of engineering, when I started this, like I mean, going in the stage and talking with the people. Whenever I get a chance, I use it to address people. Like initial days, like people use it to laugh because they feel like I mean, that's the habit, mostly for people in the initial days. People use it to laugh. Then after, I still remember, like when I do that continuously and when I'm showing the changes, like I topped the engineering, and I also, I mean, winning everywhere, like wherever I go, wherever I participate in competition, something, I'm winning there. Then people started showing some respect. So he's not someone where we should laugh if he's in the stage. Like we should also listen to him. So that is the impact that I have created. Once I started creating that impact, it boosted my confidence. So I mean, it made me realize that I'm going in the right direction. So that is what made me I mean, excel. I mean, staying hyperactive or staying excel in whatever I was doing. And that made me started my content creation journey as well during my college. Like as I said, like people around me were like, they are okay with limiting themselves. So I thought people and the main problem with the people around me was lack of awareness. There were many different things as well, but yeah, during those days, like internet is not really popular like how we are doing now with Geo, the help of Geo and all. But during that time, it was not really popular. Geo started, but it's not really popular. No, not everyone can afford internet and watch YouTube videos and tutorials out there. So I started I mean, creating clubs in my college and teaching my friends and fellow mates and juniors as well. And that really motivates me to start YouTube channel in the college itself. Like once I started my employment, I started as a software engineer. But later, because I was into content creation already, so I treat this as an opportunity. I was doing well here, even though at that time, like I was not getting huge views and subscribers. But that I mean, it's been 2 years already, so I have some experience in creating content and working with people, multiple people, etc. So I changed my career slowly to digital marketing. I was a software engineer. I still love coding and programming stuff, but I felt like digital marketing is something that aligns with me because I'm a kind of guy who follows latest tech and who stay updated. I mean, I love to do that. So I changed that, like in my second company role, like I was into digital marketing, and now I'm in my third company in my employment. So now I'm completely into digital marketing. Still, I'm continuing my coding. Like whenever I found an opportunity, like I love to code. It might be on freelance basis, or it might be teaching people, etc. So I also have some courses on Udemy as well. Most of them were coding based because I don't want to compromise on that as well, because whenever we have time, I think I mean, I'm just 26 now, so if I'm not utilizing time properly, then people in 40s cannot use that, because
Yeah.
I believe like we have a lot of things. I often saw people complaining that if they're working in a 9 to 5 job, they feel like they are exhausted. I mean, they not do anything, they feel job is sufficient for us. But I mean, we need to think out of monetary benefits sometimes, because in our early stages of career, I believe what is important is how we shape our career, how we make our career look like, because
Yeah.
that might help me to achieve financial freedom very quickly than them.
Yeah. Understand. Yeah. You
Yeah,
can work hard. I mean, 9 to 5 is nothing. I mean,
yeah,
I'm working more than 9 to 5.
yeah. I mean, you're an inspiration. Yeah,
And I'm not 26 years old.
yeah,
So, it's utter nonsense to say that 9 to 5 at this age, where you are full of energy and creativity, or maybe
yeah,
you don't have creativity, but if you have creativity, how can you stop? Can't stop.
yeah,
Okay, so let's hear
definitely.
more from you, not from me. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, yeah. Then yeah, I moved to Hyderabad completely. Now I mean, yeah, I'm in Hyderabad. Uh, Apart from my profession, like I said, like I use it to spend each and every hour of my time in doing something, creating content. So mostly, I mean, I upload videos every single day on YouTube, and I also repurpose on Instagram mostly. Apart from that, like as I said, I also teach people online. Sometimes I visit colleges and universities as well as guest speaker and all. I also attended as a speaker at Y20, a part of G20 summit. But I mean, that all comes with my passion of creating content and teaching people. One other thing that I observe was, I mean, the content that I make is specifically related to career growth. Whatever young people mostly need in their career, it might be learning about latest tech, learning about what's important. Also, it also includes personal finance. I believe personal finance is not a skill; it's a necessity again for people. If you include some financial management in your life, some money management skills in your life, then ultimately it will create a difference. If you are earning some money and if your friend is also earning the same money, but who I mean, there is a chance that if you're aware of your money management skills, if you're conscious about personal finance, then you will grow faster than him, because that is what makes difference. I also strongly believe in financial independence. And again, it's not that people sometimes coin term called fire, financial independence, retire early. But financial independence, I believe at least, is not about retiring early. It's about doing what you love.
Yeah,
Sometimes we might be bounded with our economical situations or financial situations. So if you need to earn every month, otherwise your family cannot survive, then in those cases you can say like you're financially locked, even though you have a passion to do something. Like even I have a passion of creating content full time, but that will not work for me because I need to take care of expenses and all. But if I believe like I'm creating multiple income sources parallelly, even though they were small now, maybe after 2 years or 3 years, who knows, they might become my primary sources of income, and I don't need to work, I mean, for monthly paychecks from them.
yeah,
Then I think that I also I mean, talk about this in my YouTube, like how you can do that. It's not that earning money is the only thing that you need to focus on. It's about creating income stream. Sometimes it takes 2 years or 3 years to build a small income stream, but if you start doing that, if you start cultivating the habit of that, then ultimately eventually you can do whatever you love. So yeah, I also teach that, and I wrote some books on that. One book on the financial freedom,
yeah,
and also even the prompt engineering, my recent published book on prompt engineering. So how you can make use of these AI tools, because AI is trending everywhere, but not everyone can learn that, because not everyone are tech savvy, they cannot code or write programs. But the other way to make the most out of AI is using them.
Yeah.
If we are not developing them, at least if you can use them, then there are more chances that you can replace other people. If you feel that, it's not my cup of tea, then ultimately others will replace you. Others with much knowledge will definitely replace you. So the adaptability is the key. So yeah, mostly, I mean, if you understand from what I'm saying, then
Yeah.
I create content on these stuff, like
Yeah.
latest technologies and things that are very much valuable for your career.
Yeah.
That is how my career is growing now.
Yeah. Wonderful. That's indeed quite an impressive and meteoric rise from a small town to a big city. Hyderabad is actually a world city now, not a big
Yeah.
city. It's a world city. Cyberabad, people call it.
Yeah.
And you are right there with the content and ideas. So that's very impressive. Anything else you want to add?
I mean, one thing that I always believe is, I mean, one thing we have already discussed is the time management part.
Yeah.
Most of the people, especially in young age, like they believe that they are managing the time by becoming more busy,
Yeah.
but they never care about how much productive they are in
Yeah.
terms of using their time.
Yeah.
And I showed the difference. And sometimes, like I used to tell this, if people say like I'm busy and all, there is no such thing called busy. Like
Yeah.
if you, I mean, if you want to do something, you will anyway get the time. It
Yeah.
might be in your work, it might be in your personal interest and all. But being busy is just a lie to escape the work.
Yeah.
That's it. And
Okay.
there is a huge difference between being busy and being productive.
Yeah.
That is what I usually tell, like whenever say people, whenever say being busy, I'm busy and all, I'm not available and all. So yeah, I believe it strongly. So if you are not utilizing your time, sometimes, like there were few things, like as we spoke about, personal finance is one thing. So if you're born rich, I mean, you are living in a luxury home since your childhood, you are traveling in bench cars from your day one, I mean, from you as a kid, then you feel like you don't have the necessity to learn things, you don't have the necessity to run for money. But the thing is, like, that only work for 1% of the people, maybe in the world,
Yeah.
1% of the people,
Yeah.
and even less than that.
Yeah.
And even for them, like, we saw many examples in the history, like even in India, if you can say, the difference between Anil Ambani and Mukesh Ambani.
Yeah.
Anil Ambani is also brought up in the same way as Mukesh Ambani. Of course, like, they saw their father working hard to create an empire, but still, because they were rich, they thought, like, I mean, one brother thought like they need to expand the empire, another brother thought like they need to make use of the empire mostly. I mean, we know the result, like what happened to Anil Ambani. The similar thing happened with multiple things as well. So nothing is permanent in this world. So if you're not working for tomorrow, then ultimately there is no point of, I can say, I mean, living even, like. So
Okay.
if people at your age are working hard, I mean, to create some, to see, I mean, to show some change, then ultimately it's important to understand how people in young ages, at least in 20s or 30s, need to use their career. It's not that there is no end point. That is something we need to accept. And I strongly believe that. Yeah.
Okay. Wonderful. Okay. You are full of passion and energy, which is what makes me happy, because India's future depends on people like you, and to see you so passionate and so energetic and doing things your way, that's really very, very encouraging, I must say. It's great pleasure to talk to you.
Thanks a
Anything
lot.
else you want to add here?
Yeah, I think, I mean, that's all from my end. I mean, if
Okay.
if you want to yeah, know anything more, yeah, I'm happy to answer.
Yeah, I want to ask, how are your parents in all this? Family?
Um, they were supportive, I can say. Of course, like, they can't afford most of the things in my childhood, but still they provided me an environment, I mean, to explore my interest. Of
Yeah,
course, like, they cannot spend lakhs, I mean, to make me join in deemed universities or private universities, but they had their hands, like they provided their support system, they acted as a support system.
yeah,
And of course, like, that's essential for everyone. Like,
yeah,
I mean, we will become what we are only based on our environment. Like, it might be through friends, or it might be through parents, or it might be through struggles that we have seen.
yeah.
Yeah, they were always supportive.
Okay. Any role for grandparents?
No, like I only lived with my parents, yeah, in childhood.
All right, fine. Okay. And any siblings you have?
Yeah, I have an younger brother. He's also working in IT.
Okay. So your parents must be really happy.
Yeah, yeah,
They've become an IT family, right?
yeah.
Because IT is the future, I guess, for young people in Andhra. I mean, in the US, when you see a young fellow Telugu speaking, you assume
Yeah.
that he's in IT because chances
True.
are that he is young man or woman. It doesn't matter. They are in. By the way, in your engineering college, was
Yeah.
it coeducational or males
Yeah,
only?
it's co-education. Yeah, it's co-education. Yeah.
Coeducation. All right. And there were
Yeah.
plenty of women there or not enough?
There were plenty because computer science and engineering, like you will see majority of women in
Oh,
compared to other branches. Yeah.
okay. All right. Fine. Okay. Good. Anything else you want to add?
Yeah, I think I mean that's all. Like, and I want to appreciate you for taking your time and I mean inviting people like me to express about ourselves, and also like it's a good thing because I mean in general, like you don't need to do that because you are already a great person, a great personality, but you are showcase, you are giving us a platform to
Yeah.
yeah, I
Okay.
mean
Okay. This
provide us
this
an
is
input.
not
Yeah.
about me. It's about you. All
Yeah.
right. So
Yeah.
let's say bye. We will catch up with you in a year to see what
Yeah.
your next thing is. Until then, we can say bye to the viewers. Bye bye, everybody. I'll be back soon. Okay. Bye.
Yeah. Thanks everyone.